Hey guys, I realized the other day that my last catfishing Carolina rig video did not film as good as I thought it did. So I'm going to be showing you how to make another new one. Well, I'm going to right now I have a musket ball weight and a egg weight. There's just two of them on there because they weren't really big enough, so I just put those two on there. This is my main line. This is braid, 80 pound, 60 pound I mean. Well, there's my two weights. So I'm going to come up here and get me a bead. I'm going to get me a smaller bead actually. A little bead. And slide that up my main line. Like this right here. Yes, but I realized my last few videos actually didn't film very well. They had a green line across the bottom, so I decided to redo them. But now that you have your weights, sinkers, whatever, a bead, you tie on a barrel swivel, a rather large barrel swivel, one that'll be able to hold weight. This is for catfish, Carolina rigging. Main line, 60 pound braid. I always would say braid for your main line. And always tie good knots whenever you're catfishing. This is for mostly flatheads, blues, and channel catfish. We'll be up at Lake Marion soon, for sure. We're going to go up there. We're going to do a little bit of catfishing. But tie good knots, I would say 15 to 20 pound leader. 15 to 20 pound leader. Monofilament fluorocarbon, doesn't really matter. Because right where the fish, like I would say around a 1.5 to 2 foot leader. Because right there you want it to be able to stretch just a little bit so the fish has a little bit of breathing room. But that's good enough for a 50 pound catfish if you know how to handle them. Don't just crank the whole time, work the fish. If it wants to run, make it worked. Make it work. The has to pay for what it's going to take. So you got to make him work for what it's going to take. How much line it's going to take or whatever. Well, there's my swivel, weight and bead. All the bead does is keep it where the weight doesn't bang onto your knot and stuff and break it. This is 15 pound Berkeley Trilene big game line, and I'm going to take about, let's see, about 12, 13 inches off of it. From that, this is going to be my leader. That's monofilament. It's mostly made for saltwater fish, bigger saltwater fish, but I guess it works fine here. And it's green. Let me see what color it is. It just says green, but that's fine. It's bright. Now all you do is just tie that onto the other side of your barrel swivel. Which, make sure that's a good knot too. I would actually tie 3 or 4 knots and go back through the eye of the swivel a few times, so if it pops one knot, it'll have to go through a bunch. I usually tie about 3 back through the eyes, which that's just me, you guys. I don't know if you'll even need that. If you hook a big fish, I just don't like knowing that it's a knot that made it where it got off, but that's just me. I also don't buy too many rigs unless I have to tie it on, because I don't like, if a fish pops off, I don't like to know that it was the product's fault, unless it's my fault that I did something wrong. But normally catfishing's pretty easy. This is for bottom fishing, although you could attach a reasonable size bobber, float, or whatever to make it a little bit off the bottom or near the surface. They even make rigs like that. They even make rigs these days with stuff like that. Well, now that you got your swivel tied to your leader, you can go ahead and tie on any size hook. I prefer using circle hooks, but right now I'm out of circle hooks, so I use 3/0 to 8/0 J hooks, 8/0. This is a 3/0 Mustad J hook. I hear some people like to use treble hooks. I'm not too much into using treble hooks. Circle hooks give you the more of a easier hook set. Does not harm the fish too much, other than they have a little tiny hole in their mouth. That's it. And then let's see. And it's just also easier to remove than a J hook. Most people think it's the opposite, but it's really not. I normally get Mustad treble hooks. I like Mustad hooks because they're really sharp, sometimes even laser sharpened. But now that Trocar, the new type hook that's out there, come out, I've started using those, but I found that they break in half sometimes. Like if you get say you're using a 6/0 hook, and you hook into a 20-pound fish, it'll break that hook clear in half. And I don't know why. Well, I don't know how it does it, actually. Because I know why, because it's wanting to get off. But I don't know how it does it. Because supposedly those are the strongest hooks out there, but Mustad just seems to do it for me. Then you just cut all the extra off your knot, which you shouldn't have that much extra, because most of it's going to have to go towards your leader. What extra you do have, you should cut it. And then your finished product should look something like that. If you can see the hook, which is, it's right there. move that out the way for you guys. That is the weight. There's the bead. There's the barrel swivel. Here's your leader. And then there's your hook. I know it looks long. It's about a foot, maybe 1.5 feet. And then it's your weight. Your weight will come down, slide down whenever you cast. Whenever you tighten up your line, it'll hit that. But the bead will protect the barrel swivel from any harm. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to watch our catfishing videos coming up soon. See you later.